In the mall building, Hoang Kayama just ate a little something. Then go to the window. Two hand in pocket. He looked down at the city in front of him. This is the heavy seven coming from the sixth mass. We made our ancestors fall. The next person wants to get it. Linhai City. In Jiangnam Hoa Quoc, it is not considered a big city. But in terms of the level of prosperity, it's pretty good. For Halloween comes from Tokyo. This place has a unique appeal. It's a sense of stability from six places. Who doubted 100 years ago had a very deep sense of vigilance. The instability of the island. They always dream it could become a land-based country. After the end of the world comes, the fear of being an isolated island in the sea. More serious. So much so that people like them, with extremist ideology that wants to land, start to grow and grow. Practice Moon Organization, the most innovative of these. The door suddenly opened. One by one in Team 5 out on duty. Back in turn. Some people are very comfortable. Others were slightly injured. Daiku Ingjin is still wearing a suit. Sitting on a sofa. A calm face show that how easy this task is for him. The faces of the members of the procession organization. Everyone smiles. Talk about the opponent I met. And how I solved them. Nanako proudly bragged. I tell you. This time, the task was too light. If we weren't here, Takizawa cannot be completed. Takizawa lost face uttering Nanako now. From outside the door came the sound of footsteps. There's something VA in the door. Everyone's eyes turned towards the noise. Nobunaga was lazily pushing the door in. The school bar wears the one on the side. But his right hand. I'm pulling Theo. Body full of red fluid. Jinkuji saw that person. This is the prisoner you captured. Tsukamata Nobunaga said you can't just worry about killing people. We're facing a powerful force. If I could get some information about them. Is too good. Nobunaga bent over. Look at the power leader in the city of Fuzhou. Lethine Long. This guy is a piercer. You must know a lot of information. Elthi and Long suddenly opened his eyes in anger, using the power of life to shout out to the rosebeds. If you want to kill me, I won't say a word. Nobunaga frowned. He didn't understand what Lethine Long was talking about. Any of you understand what he's saying? High school student named Short Hair, Nietzsche. I used to stay in the mall laughing. Combat uniform. There's a translation system attached. Nobunaga said I don't like to wear that. It's going to affect the speed at which we draw our blades. Nishi helplessly shrugged, or let me do it. He stood up, in front of the exhausted Elthi and Long. The voice is still strong. Don't think I won't say anything. Lethine Long glared at Nishi, speaking in his most intense voice right now. But it looks so weak, it's impossible. Nishi laughed, from walking up to him without getting upset. No, you'll tell me. Elthi and Long laughed coldly, ha ha ha, on to you dream. But his voice suddenly stopped. Because Nishi put his hands on both sides of his head. Lethine Long's eyes were white. The whole body becomes stupid. A pair of hands of nothingness sticking out from before Nishi's chest, then crashed into Lethine Long's skull. Halloween Kuma outside smoking wait. It was time for him to come in. I saw Long's body fall to the ground. The man has lost consciousness. Nishi smile push glasses. The old man had already gathered 10 pieces of information about them. This time we really caused a commotion. The smile on the corner of his mouth, slowly turning into madness, excited face like a teenager, to do something amazing. The entire Jiangnan area is now surrounding us. Oh, how much they want to kill us. I can't believe we escaped from the gates of death. It can also cause such a large amount of static. Jinkuji looked at him with contempt. This is not something to be happy about. It just gets us into a lot of unnecessary trouble. Nishi didn't heed his advice. Just hold out your hand, but it's really cool, isn't it? It may be one of the 6 national parks. Aimed at that. Jinguji continued if he was really angry. They're going all out to deal with us. Even if Mayumi is here, it is difficult for us to get our whole body back. Nishi making face devil with Jinugi. Don't worry, Jinugi. I've just confirmed this. His lenses reflect a strange light. 2 investigation teams. Top combat in 6 teams of Jiangnan Great Region. Now there are only 2 teams left. And a team just lost a captain. Now is our best chance. Halloween Kiyama heard the words of Nishi. There was a cruel smile on her face. He put his hand in his pocket and said, Nishi, tell everyone the story of the memory you discovered. Nishi is a person with psychic powers. It's called the Devil's Mind. You can explore the memories of others. Nishi, when it comes to the main thing, he's still very serious. Present Jiangnam area. There are still 13 cities held by the big mutant organization. Their headquarters is the Snow City. He told everyone important memories that he's discovered. In the Thing Long's head. Hawaii finished listening and sat on a cardboard box. Deep eyes. He's using that to plan his operations. Hawaii stressed. People who attack us. It's the power of 12 suburban courts. These guys, it's not a big threat to us. That's the real threat. It's the official force in the blizzard. The snowstorm is temporarily out of action. And look at how they're sending out suburban troops to deal with us. To prove they don't want to lose their army. Zinguzi asked, you mean there's room to negotiate? Right? Halloween nod may not have been possible before. But now it's okay. He spread his arms wide and laughed. We've shown them our power. Now we're in a position to negotiate with them. Zinguchi said again, but I think they will not easily meet our demands. Even though the real elite army hasn't gone out yet. He pushed the glasses. Serious facial expression. This time it was only the vanguard. The goal is to explore our power. Next time it's probably their 6 investigation teams. Listen to this. Nobunaga slowly moves. He looked at Jinguji and Howin. Others also captured the smile on their lips. Jinguji continued. Even though SAO is also a combat force, special region level. Power, it's completely incomparable to these people. Maybe it will be a tough fight. The smile on Howin's face never died. It's not an inevitable thing to go through SAO. We want to be on this land. Complete the first step to landing. It's going to have to be a tough fight. He's even a little proud. You have discovered a new world. He died in battle with the Indians. But his discovery has changed the course of the entire world, brought his country great wealth. Are the pioneers. We will also be recorded in history. Hawaii enthusiastically spoke, his confident, refreshing voice, carrying a powerful, inspiring force. Others were also moved by his inspiration. Nishi agreed immediately, and always exactly great CA. We are the pioneers. Enjoy this land first. Nobunaga also spoke loudly. Samurai never backs down. Nanako Blood War also emerged. I can't wait. Hawaii looks towards the maiden. Takichi has always sat quietly. That continues the story. And we also have this trump card. Luck will always be on our side. Everyone's faces look different. Since agreeing to Theo Hawaiian, step on that icebreaker. They're psychologically prepared. Nishi suddenly pointed his hand at Lathin. Long is in a coma, unconscious. Is this name still useful or not? If not, we will eat him. He licked his lips. This Delta-level mutant, Nobunaga may not care about his life. But Nishi is very happy to enjoy this delicious food. Halloween said no, he's still a little useful now. He stared at Lathin long. A ray of interest appeared in his eyes. Maybe let him go. Newspaper for every upper class in Jiangnan area. 1 tin. We're pacifists, we're pacifists. I don't like killing. If we can negotiate peace, the better. In the snowstorm, headquarters of the combat center. The office of God. Sperm comes in front of Chu Main. Personally hand over the damage report 7. I read each of those reports. The eyes became sharp. Even when looking at the end, his eyes rarely fluttered and uttered. It's impossible. Chu himself popped for an hour. Put a stack of documents in your hand on the table. He stared at the thing and said, the power of the wind, no matter how strong. It can't be easy either. You can destroy 10 of our mutant teams like this. Don't tell me they are. Even our investigation team couldn't do it. Less than an hour. 13 people haven't even left yet. We've killed 10 of our mutant teams. The leader of each mutant team is a Delta-level fake. If it's actually 6 investigative teams working, it can't be done so neatly and definitively. The capital replied, normally it is. There can't be such an end. This is on our territory. We have the advantage of everything. They should have been like blind people. We are joking in the palm of our hands. Even worse, there will be 7. But we've considered all possibilities. But this result alone is unexpected. I think the enemy has some methods to capture our intelligence. Zhu himself stared at the fierce clothes. Say what's wrong with each word. Don't puzzle me. Schizophrenia continued, or is. Inside the combat unit appeared a traitor. Somehow, has revealed information on the location of 10 mutant teams, or one of the enemy's mutants, capable of reconnaissance, catch, to spy on our every move and dispatch. He points to the reports on the table. We have analyzed it thoroughly. The most important reason, make the people of the moon, you can win so quickly. It's because the mutants they sent fit, capable of carving out the formation in that direction. You must understand that, in a surprise fight, if the capacity is stifled, the mutants' fighting power will be greatly reduced. Even in conditions that are completely etched. Mutants will directly become demagogues. Skyzoid, hands behind her back, sharp eyes. For the Lunar Eclipse Organization, we don't have enough intelligence at all. It should have been originally. We can ask for water. Let them provide intelligence. The power of these wanderers. Chu's face slammed. The voice also became colder. You are right. Like those cunning guys. Why these people? It's not the official Maiden of the Rose. They don't provide important intelligence. They just want this group of people, making a mess on my land. I can really help. But what can be done, though? Chu's voice was a little angry. A little wandering organization. We can't even clean up SAO. It's true that many countries and regions already know this. They're watching. So we're going to have to win very clearly. Let them see. They must die on this land. By our own hands. Just like that, so we can show our power. I'm terrified of the little people around me. Our nation is not something that can be violated. Of course, Zhu is angry. Even though he didn't say much. But the blazing fire is burning in my eyes. He seems to be able to burn everything. After a moment of thought, he said urgently. Commander Chu, we can't let them continue to do that. I would like to personally lead the team to Linhai City, destroy these wolves. Zhou himself did not hesitate. That rejected the offer of the fierce immediately. Can't. You and your team are the most important. Protect the Blizzard City. Absolutely not allowed to leave. It's your responsibility to protect our vital land base. Close your hands and take a deep breath. Eyes towards the ceiling. The power of the suburban mutant organization is still too weak. Not trained in the system. So when you meet a slightly stronger enemy, is that they're going to go wild. This monthly organization processing. Let the investigation team do it. Listen to this, the eyes of the fierce. Commander Chu, I'm sorry to say that. This time the opponent is quite unusual. Currently, only the angels and the black cells can act. But after the death of the frontier, the power of the black team has been seriously affected. Currently unable to complete the B-level task. The angel team. Skyzoid pauses a little. Then he continued to say, Deng, the magic is still a bit dull and not mature enough, so I'm not very comfortable. The corners of the ripe sour mouth slightly cracked. The Skyzoid and the psychic Deng were always at odds. He knows that too. Not yet the words. Team Angel. The team has the highest score of the 6 investigation teams. They completed every task very well. We need to believe in their power. But you also make sense. Chu's face is very serious. He squinted his eyes. Against the chin carefully calculated and emphasized. We can't afford 7 more defeats. So in this campaign, you don't just have to send in the angels. We have to gather more forces. Her eyes lit up. Then let's take 500 yen and go with us. Zhu himself immediately refused. He said, This is not your mission. The foundation of the Blizzard. It's 6 investigation teams and 5,000 yen of security. Investigation team in charge of outside investigation, and right, the security guard is in charge of the Snow City. Any party that has a problem. They are also 7. It is not acceptable for Snow. Program, military management of the Snow City. Of course, there must be strict discipline. We will not let them overstep their responsibilities. If not, that's how it started. The future of internal management will be a big problem. I really am not willing to lose this opportunity. But I see Chu's attitude is resolute. He didn't say anything else. Zhu thought for a moment and said, "Send in a group of strong people from other cities." The main purpose of the previous battle was to control the situation. Now we have to attack. Let's bring the best mutants together. This game must succeed at once. Chu is finished. Immediately call his secretary Lan Tanthan in charge of this. You came here for a trip. You have to tell your dog to go first. Yes. What about those who need to be appointed? He had a calculation in his heart. Intelligence information of the Jiangnan area, it's not a joke. The whole Tianhai city, he knew almost every source of power. It's just most, not all. He stood in front of the glass thinking. While waiting for Lan Tanthan to arrive, there was a knock on the door, and Zhu told him to go. Very fast the city brought him. It's an interesting intelligence. Commander Chu, in recent days, there's a very interesting thing happening in Tianhai City. When Lan Tanthan said these words, in his eyes there was a strange look. Chu could not help but stare at the new city Lan. The most important task right now is to handle the lunar eclipse in Linhai City. Lan Tan suddenly mentioned the Tianhai City. It's certainly not without reason. Because he is not new to the profession, Chu asked, "Oh, what happened there?" Tianhai City. I remember that's not a boy's territory. It's called Trong Phi Sao. I was a little impressed with the translation. Vaguely remember that it's a mutant who's not bad at all. But the Tianhai City has been destroyed. Someone needs to be strong. Moreover, Zhang's group size is too small. It doesn't look very powerful. Chu has no intention. Let them participate in the next action. Lan Tanthan looked at the report in hand. Slowly read up. According to the intelligence of the investigation department, last night, the city's 3 major mutant organizations, the Great Wall of China, has merged into a powerful army and into the Tianhai City. This convoy is led by Delta-class mutants, along with 72 mutants and 800 elite warriors. They also carry a large amount of ammunition. Hearing this, Zhou's eyebrows tightened. They want to attack the Tianhai City. These bastards. To this country, they don't even follow the rules of the city. Slaughtering each other. The Jiangnan Superpower Alliance has just been established. There are clear rules. Is not to allow the mutant powers of the regions. Conflict. But before finishing school, there was a fight. I don't see them clearly. But Zhu was just a little angry. Currently, he can't send troops to help the city of Tianhai. The Jiangnam area is really strong, but they still can't control it completely. The whole area can only use the absolute power advantage to deter and suppress. Here's why. Sao Chu had to form an alliance. He sighed. With the power of the current Tianhai City, maybe it's been 7. You want to tell me this? Lantan City looked at Chu Main and continued. Not Commander Chu. According to the latest news, the current Tianhai City is very peaceful. There's no sign of a fight. The opposite. The army of the Great Wall has completely disappeared. Chu touched on the face. Then he looked at Lan Tanthan with a puzzled face. Disappeared. Lan Tanthan seriously nodded. Yes, it was gone. We've tried to contact them, but didn't get any feedback. Even when using satellites to scan the entire Tianhai City, we didn't see any signs either. There's a big convoy. The expression on Chu's face was becoming more and more strange. What game are they going to play? They say they want to be anti-Sao. They dare not respond to the news of the Jiangnan area. That's absolutely behavior. Disrespect the majesty of the Great Zone. But the metamorphosed organizations of Dai Z City, is it really that stupid? He used his right hand to knock on the table. He suddenly asked, "You have contacted the forces, native of Tianhai City, yet?" Lantan City is a bit surprised that this is not yet. Forces in the Heavenly City. The sea in the previous battle was destroyed. There's not enough power to destroy cleanly the mutant alliance of Great Z City. Is that okay? Lan Tan Than said that it is absolutely impossible. Even when going through a war, you can at least see traces of the battlefield on the map. The reality of Tianhai City, there's no unusual movement. All the fighting power of the Big Three. In Dai Zak City, it's almost all gone. This strange thing that made Zhou's keen sense of smell realize, one, there's something wrong, appeared in the head. He was the cold face of a teenager. I don't know why. The main feel. Zhang Yi definitely knows this. He immediately told Lan Tan, "Call for Trong Duc. I want to talk to him." The new town hurriedly replied yes. Then take out the black satellite phone. Find Trong Yi's contact number and call. Zhang Yi is currently hiding in a hiding place and waiting for contact from the Jiangnan area. Something so big happened. Even though Sao, the Jiangnan area must also make moves. But in the heart of Trong Yi understood, this is just a color scheme to make rules. Even though Sao has solved it. More, they're the invaded party, so there's no problem. After seeing a call coming from a strange number, she answered the phone without hesitation. "Hello, is it Zhang Yi?" "Yes, Trong Yi thought. It's a coincidence. When I thought of them, they called." Lan Tan Cheng glanced at Chu and said to me, "This is Lan Tan Than, Secretary of the Staff. General Operations Headquarters of Jiangnan. The governor wants to see you." Lan Tan Than just withdrew. He gave the satellite phone to God. Zhang Yi's voice became much warmer. "The general has not seen you for too long. It's only been 3 days since our last meeting, but his majestic image, it's always in my mind." The corner of Chu's mouth lifted a tight smile. No one is unhappy to be flattered. It's just that someone's better at hiding. The main thing is to see who the flatterer is. In the eyes of Zhu, at least, Zhanji can also be considered a talented person. That's why he likes to be flattered by Zhang Yi. Okay, less flattering. It doesn't work for me. Tell me about your heavenly city. Something happened again? The fire was soon ready from within. The power alliance in Dai Z City. Being destroyed is something that cannot be hidden. He did not dare to despise intelligence system of the Jiangnan area. Trong Yip replied as the script was prepared in the stomach. 3 major forces in Dai Trach City want to take over territory and the resources of our coastal city. They refuse to listen to our strong warnings. That's why we sent troops to attack. Finally, under the strong resistance of the entire aptitude in Tianhai City, we've wiped them out right here. We have adhered to the purpose of protecting our homeland, as well as the basic principles given by you at the meeting, established the Jiangnan Superpower Association to take reasonable action. Legal and regulatory, determined to fight any enemy. Accomplish a combat-capable goal. They know how to fight and win with high standards. Strict requirements. I haven't heard it yet. My mind is stunned. Stop, stop, stop. Where did you learn so many words? To say that? People with special abilities in DayZ City, you really killed them all. That's right. We have evidence that they actively invaded us. I will send it to the general area immediately and ask the leader to arbitrate fairly for us. Zhu doesn't care about these things. If you look at the operating trajectory, the Great Z City Power Alliance, invasion of Tianhai City, undeniable truth. It's so obvious. It's like the bald head of a bald man. But he doesn't understand. The Tianhai City solved everything neatly. So clean. Nearly 1,000 people. There's no shortage of powerful abilities. And then it's destroyed, no more. Even them. No trace of the ruins of the battlefield has been found. Chu asked curiously. How did you do, Ba? The Great Aptitude Organization of DayZ City, they are not the weak, replied Marshal Chu with a smile. We also have our own secrets. This is the foundation for our survival. I'm sorry we can't reveal. Because you also know, current situation of Tianjin City. We need to take measures to protect ourselves. Chu himself raised his eyebrows. Even for us, it's confidential. He said, please forgive me. We dare not take risks. It's not that I disrespect you. The program was silent for a moment and then nodded. Okay, but I'm a curious person. The smile on her lips grew darker. Chu is reminding the translation chapter that he'll investigate this. I swear that in a short time, Zhou himself will definitely not be able to investigate Ra. Because no AI can imagine it. In their Tianhai City, there is a talented person at the level of Zhang Yi. In the eyes of the people of Jiangnan, only their place to be able to train out the top abilities. It's in the suburbs, even if it's not at a low level. But speaking about it as a whole, it's not like a snowstorm. Zhu suddenly had a thought. He told Zhang Yi, in 2 days, the snow becomes a trip. Something needs you to do. The smile on his face froze, he thought. You have to go again. I really don't want to go. He said to the chief. Just finished fighting. We've got a lot of work to do. A glimpse of light in Chu's eyes. You just have to come alone. The more he felt he had underestimated the translation. Chu himself speculated. I'm sure this guy is hiding some secrets. So this action in the city of Linhai, you have to bring him. At least admit that he's good at defense. Has the power of an elite investigative team member. Maybe taking him away could help. Dilated head massage. He really hates all this trouble. We can ask a question. Is it because of something that calls me? Of course, he has to go. But you also have to know what to prepare for. Chu himself sighed a breath. The first power team was sent to Linhai City. It has been wiped clean. The movement could not help but utter. What is that? Shuang Yi thought silently. Those are the 10 most powerful organizations. The psychic organizations dare to come to Linhai City. There is no weak organization. Although they know the city is dangerous, but did not expect that. Less than 3 days, they've suffered 7 total defeats. Real ginseng Kai knew it. The power of this organization is really so strong. Zhu said the next time. We're going to form a stronger team of 5 to deal with these promiscuous people. Then an investigation team will take the lead. You are responsible for supporting. Take a deep breath. Then my steady gaze replied, I understand. We will get there as soon as possible. He doesn't have to think much about this. Must be eradicated from this land. The organization came from that rose. Otherwise, the whole of Jiangnan will lose face. The fluid can be careful, but at least he still has basic self-esteem. Not last time, it's because you think Jiangnam area can be solved smoothly, and want more intelligence. But now, the seriousness of the problem, it was beyond his imagination. So he had to go there on his own. To move almost without hesitation, decided to go to the Snow City. If you need his power this time, he will not stay out either, on condition of ensuring your own safety. At least he should know. Those women have been completely wiped out. To be safe. If not, from now on, this land will no longer be peaceful. If you have the first group, you have the second group. Just open a way. The forces lurking around. The desire for resources in the 6th generation will rush in like locusts. Whether it's in the big sense or for your own good. Then he all has to go. Zhou did not ask Zhang to translate. Take all the masters of Tianhai City with you. Even though the cities, it is also necessary to leave some defensive forces behind. But after considering for a while, the company decided to bring a few more. This is because of safety considerations. If anything happens, I still use my family. So he summoned everyone in the shelter to the living room to gather. Salary approver saw the emergency meeting, so curious asked, "What's going on?" He told the members of his group. 10 fake power units sent by 12 outside cities. It has now been completely destroyed. Now the Jiangnan region has summoned me there. I'm going to take you two with me. Hand on salary approval, salary approval. No one is surprised by this. Of the people in the shelter right now, salary is the second most powerful strategy, only after the translation. Even though your power is just a normal amplification. But she herself is a powerful martial artist. So the fighting power is outstanding. People are thinking about who's going to be the second. Changyi hugged the flower in her heart. Second, of course, the flowers. It's in the forecast, but it's reasonable. The fighting power of the flower, maybe it's no less than the salary. The king frowned and pointed at his nose. And we are the Sao. Are you going to leave us this time? Go alone to face danger, Sao. This is a matter of national honor. As a retired military man, we absolutely can't just sit back and rest. From Fat, hesitate for a while, then clenched his hand and said, "What's the problem before? We all suffer together. I hope we can help you this time too." To caress the soft fur of the flower. A gentle smile on her face. People's minds are very appreciated. Like this is war. It's not a fraternal game. 10 dysfunctional organizations were sent out for the first time. Strength of each group, they are no less powerful. Base in Tianhai City. Their heads. It's all Delta-level phantom leaders. Even such a powerful squad. Here's werewolves killed no more. You think if you go there, we're going to beat those suspicious people? Zhang Yi's eyes calmly flashed through everyone. Even the end view. The view is a little bleak. His ability level is only at the level of ghosts. In previous battles, he's all acting as a shield of flesh. However, as the power of the chapter grows, Salary approval, and Hoa Hoa also quickly mature thanks to the middle power. His fighting role in the group. It's also getting smaller. This makes him feel a little guilty. Fat is the opposite. You are used to being carefree every day. On the battlefield, he's usually in charge of controlling the battlefield. If you don't have to go to battle, he'll be as happy as Tet. Even though he has given up. The old man said, let's not go to war. Realize the 7 hopes of the VI great end. Think for a moment and change your voice. This time we go there. Just to find out in advance the situation in Linhai City. If you need support later, I'll get back to everyone. Then everyone can come. With the people of the big bases. The government really wants to do that. Although the 3 major bases have declined, but there's some false aptitude left. It's very powerful. Especially the celestial form and red pepper training. Both have delta level power. Just if it's not necessary, he wanted to let these 2 stay. Defend the Tianhai City base. Avoid unintended events. But with such a view, just to comfort him. You don't have to say much. Among the grown men. Too much comfort. On the contrary, they're vulnerable to their self-esteem. In the eyes of the 4 new ends flashed the light. Okay, remember to call me when the time comes. Smiling, she must be right. You can help me inform the other bases. We must hurry to Jiangnan. Why do we feel that this action is so dangerous? Zhu Kai Ni sits next to the epidemic. Beautiful eyebrows. A worried face. The competition is so scary this time. I'm not saying there are only 13. Zhang Yi silently shook his head. You don't have any information about them, so it can't be discussed. I believe after this battle, the Jiangnam area for sure will get 10 facts about them. We'll know when we get there. He hugged his arm tightly. Soft body nestled in him. Sighing, I have to go to battle again. I'm worried about you. Now Zhang Yi has become a spiritual anchor for everyone in the shelter. There is a translation chapter. They can live their days in peace. No one wants him to see anything. Smiling, she hugged Yang Mi. Don't worry, you already know what to do. The whisper is so you have to protect yourself. He emphasized. Chong Yi has a principle of life. Rich people save the world. Poor people only care about themselves. Then we will act. With the premise of keeping yourself safe. I will not be a hero but brave. This time, it is directed by the South. We'll make the investigation team the main force. And we're here just to help. Okay, we have to go fast. In the house to look after you. Fat words speak like nails. Don't worry, there is no problem with me and the view here. After a simple word for a while, put on protective gear and get ready to go. He contacted Lan Tan Than. The Blizzard's special train will pick him up. Soon enough, he's been browsing in protective gear. Get out of the sleigh. She sent a message for the sky. Zhao Hong and Tran Tin Quan. Tell them about the situation in the city. He also told them to be ready. You can come to support at any time. I can't leave the front. Brawl fight. And the people in the back can enjoy themselves. Phone call service. Remind them that when he's not home. Pay attention to preventive work. Even though the false power of the Great Z City It was completely destroyed, not sure about other cities. Will be so obedient. After Zhang Yi came to the blizzard, the first thing he had to do was ask for the chief. Make sure that no force will attack the Tianhai city. At least, be safe while he's not there. Only if the back is secure. The new army can deal with them wholeheartedly. Mausoleum. Pink. Save it, follow. Sometimes I look next to you. There's something I want to say, but... Of course, the doctor noticed your abnormality. If he asks what's wrong, just say it. Salary slightly frowned. I'm not going around asking straight. It can sometimes come a day. People like us are with you. It's no longer worth anything. Will you abandon us? The salary question is not unfounded. This time the snow has fallen. Bring only you and the flower. He refused to see the world and the others with him. Chu Kai Ni 6. Of course you can explain. Even though SAO, they're also auxiliary mutants. But Spring and Spring are different. Both of them are mutants who can fight. The police did not bring them. There's only one reason. That's their fighting force. In the battles that Zhang Yi participated in, it is no longer able to show. This inevitably worries the browser.